and welcome back to my channel. I'm back this week with another video for you guys, but today we're gonna be doing a battle of the powders. We're gonna be battling out the MAC times Patrick Starrr Patrick's powder and original COTY AIRSPUN powder, which is like the most famous powder out there, and this just came out on December 14th. So we're gonna be battling these two bad boys out. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Paolian family. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave and like this video if you like it. But if you want to see how I battle these two out and how they look compared to each other side by side to just make up your mind of which one you want, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so pretty much what we're gonna do in today's video is I'm gonna do the right side of my face using COTY AIRSPUN, and I'm gonna do the left side of my face using MAC time Patrick Starrr's Patrick's powder. So the first thing I want to do in this video is just tell you guys some facts about Patrick's powder since it is new. Again, this is Patrick Starrr set powder. It is a specially packaged colorless powder that can be used on either face or body to set makeup. So pretty much the full description says that it is colorless, ultra fine, and can be used to set makeup on face or body. It has a silky soft texture with a matte finish. It is a dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested, and it's not acnegenic. So pretty much this does not cause acne. That is really cool. If you have acne prone skin, apparently you can use this and you won't have a problem. It is really nice. It is something I've never seen before. It says that to apply, you need to gently apply it with a MAC professional puff or a large brush. Now, for my tutorial, I used a beauty sponge to apply this powder. I used the Real Techniques, but I also used a brush, so I kind of got to see how it works with a sponge or with a brush. Now, this is $34 and it has 1.1 ounces or 30 grams of product, which is really nice, pretty standard size. Now, let's get to COTY AIRSPUN. Pretty much, this doesn't really have a website. I had to look it up. It was like on Walmart and on Walgreens. On Walmart, it is $5.97 or it can be up to $7.12 since they're not the same price in every place. So pretty much the back of this packaging says that this ultra smooth powder hides tiny lines, wrinkles, and blemishes and gives a new softness to your skin, used to set makeup or as a foundation. And pretty much this is supposed to hide your lines. It is supposed to be ultra smooth as well, long lasting, and so you can use this as a foundation. I don't see how you can do that, but I've never tried it before. So I'm gonna tell you guys pretty much going through my tutorial how I feel about both these products. This also has 2.3 ounces of product, which is twice the amount that the Patrick powder does. So is it really worth spending $29 more to get this powder? So we're about to test that out. So right now we're gonna move on to our tutorial. I do want to let you guys know I will be doing check-ins at the end of the day to show you guys which side of my face wore better. Right now I am wearing both powders, but I'm not gonna tell you guys my final thoughts yet. I will do that after the tutorial. So yeah, let's move right into testing out these two powders and battling them out. Well, hello guys and welcome back. So today we're gonna start off by priming our face since I do use powder to set my primer. So pretty much we're gonna start off by priming with the Mercier foundation primer in Radiance. I'm gonna be putting this in the back of my hand and then I'm gonna put it on my face with my beauty blender. Now for this video I am going to be using my normal products, my normal concealer, my normal foundation, just stuff that I really love because I do want to see the power of these powders compared to each other on the products that I usually use. I'm not going to change it up because that might change the outcome of the powder. So I'm going to go in with my Dior Airflash and also my Makeup Forever HD. I'm going to apply the Dior Airflash first. Now, I don't use that much of this I don't use that much of this foundation when I'm gonna apply the Makeup Forever one on top. It's just like a base because the finish of this foundation is so beautiful. So usually what I've been doing with my face is I put this foundation on and I only set the primer on my nose. That is the only place I actually get oily. I used to set my whole face, but I found that my foundation ended up looking very dry and I didn't really like it. So I'm gonna be doing this half of the nose with AirSpun and this half of the nose with the Patrick Starrr powder, since this side of my face will have AirSpun and this will have Patrick Starrr. But I'm gonna use this Sigma F64 and I'm just gonna pat it on that primer. As you can see, that just mattified my nose a lot. And now I'm gonna grab this Skone Cosmetics blending brush and I'm gonna grab the Patrick Starrr powder and I'm gonna set this side of my nose. And after setting my nose, I always go in with my beauty blender to make sure that the powder sinks into my skin. Okay, so now that my nose is set, I am gonna go in with my Makeup Forever HD, and I mostly use this foundation on my T-zone. I start here, and I just grabbed one pump of this on this brush. So now that that is down, I'm gonna blend it with my beauty blender. So now I'm gonna go in with Tarte Shape Tape. This has been my go-to concealer for the past couple of weeks. I have found that with this concealer it looks better if I only use just a little bit of it, not too much. If I build it up too much, it will look cakey. Alright guys, so now we've gotten to a part that we've all been waiting for, and that is going to be setting our face. I am going to go in the right side of my face with Airspun, and then on the left side of my face with the Patrick Starrr powder by MAC. And I'm going to start off with the Patrick powder. So I'm actually going to start off with the left side of my face, and all I'm going to do, I'm literally going to flip it upside down on the cap, and I'm going to hit it a couple times so that I can get the powder out of the package. I feel like the sifter in the package doesn't let out much powder, which is really nice because it is not as messy as Airspun. I know that anyone that has tried Airspun knows the mess, the struggle. It is a mess. This one, it is really clean. Like, this is my mirror right here, if you can see it. I need to get it a little up close because I'm going to be working in my under eye. But this is my Real Technique sponge. It is completely clean. I literally just cleaned it. And I'm gonna coat it with some powder. As you can see, this is what it looks like. It's very, very, very finely milled, which I like because it sets the under eye really nicely. However, when I tried baking with it once, it was kind of hard. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna blend out the creases in the concealer with the beauty blender we used to blend the concealer. And I'm just gonna go in with the powder. As you can tell, that is very, very fine. I grabbed a lot of powder and it looks like I have barely any powder on my skin. And this is what it is looking like. Right here I have the Patrick Starrr. I don't have any powder here yet, but it is very finely milled. Like, you can barely tell I have powder on, which is not a bad thing. So now we have Airspun right here. This already has powder on the cap, and I'm gonna grab my pink beauty blender. As you can tell, this is completely coated with powder, and I pretty much grabbed the same amount of powder on this than I did with the Patrick Starrr powder. I'm first gonna blend out the creases because I don't want to set my creases. I don't know about you, but I don't. As you can tell, you can see how much more powder there is on this side, and that was just dipping in once. I'm gonna dip in twice to put more here, and I'm just gonna let this bake. Meanwhile, I'm gonna set the rest of my face. I'm blending out the creases on my forehead and on my chin, and I'm gonna go in with Patrick's powder first, and I'm just gonna set this side of my face. I'm not kicking off the bake yet. It looks so smooth, and when I touch my face, it feels really, really soft. I love how finely milled this is. I love how it just kind of sinks into your skin and it looks really, really natural. So now I am gonna go in with my Sephora number 79. I'm gonna grab some Airspun and I'm gonna set this side of my face. I do find that with Airspun you have to use less product. You don't have to use as much. I'm actually gonna set in between my brows with Patrick's powder. Alright, so this is what my face so far is looking like. I know I look a little crazy because I'm baking under my eyes, but I find that on my Patrick Starrr side, it does feel a little softer. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply my lower lash line makeup because I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do my bronzer, contour, highlight, blush, and then I will be back to see how my under eye is looking like. I'll be back to kick off my bake and to also bake under my contour to just show you guys how that works. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so pretty much I did everything else on my face except for kicking off the bake and baking under my contour. So now I'm just gonna kick off the bake, and I'm first gonna kick off this one because it's the one that I applied first. Again, this is the Patrick Starrr side. That looks so smooth. What I always do after I kick off my bake is that I always bounce it in with a beauty blender. But first, let's get a closer look. I do have to say this side looks more highlighted than this side, and I have not put any highlighter on my skin. This side looks a little more like glowy. It looks a little more natural than this side. This looks very matte, which is not a bad thing. And now I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. I'm gonna bounce any excess powder, and then on this side, of course, I'm gonna go in with the Real Technique sponge. So yeah, guys, I feel like there's not a humongous difference. Both sides look good, but this side looks a little brighter and smoother. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with the Real Technique sponge, and I'm gonna bake under my contour. This is the Patrick Starrr powder, and now I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and Airspun, and I'm gonna put it on this side. So now I'm gonna wait for this to bake for around, let's do 5 minutes. I'm gonna put on some highlighter, lips, and I will be right back to kick off this bake and see which side looks more chiseled. So now it's been around 5 minutes, so I'm gonna kick off the bake. First on the Airspun side. And now I'm just gonna kick this off, and I did use different brushes for both sides. I used Sephora number 79 for the Airspun side, and I'm gonna use my Sigma F64 for the Patrick side. There was barely any powder left on my face. I feel like it sank into my skin while I waited. I do have to say, this side, the Airspun side, looks very, very sharp as opposed to this side. I mean, it did kind of lighten up under my contour, and it does look a little more defined. However, I find that it looks more defined on the Airspun side. Airspun is better to bake than this. However, to set the face, this looks definitely smoother. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish off my hair so that I don't look like a fool any longer. So I will be back in a minute. So yeah, guys, that is it for the tutorial part of my video. I do want to show you guys the packaging on this real quick because it is super nice. So pretty much this is the uni carton that the Patrick powder comes in. I know it looks like it's colorful, but when I look at it, it's actually silver. It's just kind of, it's holographic, and I just wanted to show you that because I think the packaging is amazing, and that whole collection, it looks so beautiful. And I don't have the COTY AIRSPUN packaging, but I believe it just comes like this, and it has a wrapper, and you just take off the wrapper and it looks just like this. It doesn't have a box. So this is Patrick's powder. As you can see, it is a frosted glass. We have Patrick Starrr times MAC right here in the same holographic. This is a really nice, I will say, stainless steel. This is what it looks like. It is actually really heavy and nice. It feels very luxurious. So now I'm just gonna open this to show you guys what the powder looks like. So that is what it looks like. Very finely milled, which is one of the claims they have on the website, that it is supposed to be extra fine, which it is, and I just spilled it everywhere. Nice. This powder does not get everywhere. Like, I just spilled it and I can't even see where I spilled it because it's so finely milled. This is what Airspun looks like. It looks a lot like talc. It smells like talc, and Patrick's powder doesn't smell like anything. This is just an up close of both of the powders next to each other. As you can see, this is very white and this is more pinky. However, this doesn't have any undertones, so when I used it, I could not see any color. This one can tend to leave you ashy. So if you don't like ashy makeup, don't go for Airspun, which is this one right here, because this does tend to look ashy, and Patrick's powder does not look ashy. So now that I showed you guys pretty much on up close, and at the beginning of the video I told you guys the facts, I'm gonna get into my first impressions. First of all, I feel like to bake, COTY AIRSPUN is the way to go. I find that Patrick's powder is very finely milled, and when you put it on your skin, it kind of sinks into the skin, and it doesn't really bake it because you don't kick it off either. So if you use powder to kind of catch fallout, Patrick's powder is not the powder to do that. However, I believe they both work, and on the website, Patrick's powder does not claim to be for baking. It says that it is for setting the skin. I did say I used it with a brush and a sponge. I feel like it works amazingly with both the brush and the sponge. Setting my under eye with the sponge made it sink to the skin, and it looked so flawless. And then setting the rest of my face with the brush also made it just pretty much looks so soft, and it feels really soft. It feels softer than Airspun, which is pretty surprising. However, there's a huge price difference. There's a $29 price difference, and is it worth spending $29 more to get Patrick's powder? With the price difference, it is kind of up to you. They're both amazing powders. If you're going for something more affordable, go for COTY AIRSPUN, because I feel like COTY AIRSPUN does the job. It gets the job done, it does it well, and it pretty much looks exactly the same. As you can tell, as you can see on my face, both sides look the same. Okay, so my phone died, so I can't show you the time on my phone, but it is 3:42 in the afternoon because I'm looking at it on my computer right now. So I will be back at the end of the day in a couple of hours to show you guys a side-by-side comparison and give you guys my final thoughts. First impressions. I love both powders. I think they're both amazing. But we'll see at the end of the day which one's actually better. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Woohoo, guys! So right now it is 10:03 at night and I charged my phone. It's not dead anymore, so I can show you guys the time. So it's been around 6.5 hours since I put my makeup on, and first thing I'm gonna say, I feel like both sides of my face look completely the same. I feel like they look so similar. So yeah, pretty much both sides look really similar. I did crease a little bit next to my smile lines right here on the PATRICKSTARRR side, which did not happen on Airspun, but under my eyes and on my forehead. Everywhere else it didn't crease. It looks actually pretty nice. I feel like I could wear this makeup for 6 more hours and it would be okay. Pretty much the PATRICKSTARRR powder is a very matte powder, which is what it claimed to be. It is also very finely milled as well, and this left me feeling really soft, and it did add a little bit of coverage under my under eye, which this also claims to do. So pretty much they both stood up to their claims and they both work, and they're both really nice powders. But I guess that for these two products, you're gonna have to make up your own mind on whether you would want to splurge on this one. If you support PATRICKSTARRR, you might want to buy this, or if you're not really into baking that much, I would say you also want to purchase this. If you're really into baking, I would go for something like COTY AIRSPUN. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, and I hope you liked it. So Merry Christmas, guys! I mean, it's already Christmas. I feel like this has been the fastest year of my life. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means so much. And I also wanted to say thank you so much for 200 subscribers, and I hope that if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I hope you subscribe. I mean, it would be the best Christmas present if you subscribe, like seriously. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.